Okay. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. It is the Snowbirds meeting room. I'm Xidax X-6 and I'm here with Tone. And today, I'm going to talk about the Anvil Paladin storylines, a little bit about the roadmap roundup, CitizenCon, and the testing focus. Quite a few things involved with this. I'm not gonna play today, even though normally there's times that I do play the game, but just want to get some thoughts from everybody and see how they're feeling about what is coming, what we've encountered so far this week, and different things of that nature. So gonna go ahead and kick this over and get it started. And I'm still on the old system, just giving you guys a heads up so you know what's happening.
Roger that, flight. Good.
We are. All right, so to start off today, just going to go and get into the Paladin. Now, it is rumored, this is a rumor, we don't know for sure, that the Paladin is going to drop at CitizenCon. Now, we have seen... hey, what's up, Wastelander? We have seen quite a bit of stuff going on about the Paladin, and with CitizenCon coming, the digital goodies pack has a Paladin themed flight suit in the picture. So I'll show that when I get to CitizenCon Direct. But right now, hey, Radium, what's up?
Howdy, y'all. How's it going?
I'm going to talk about the Paladin and its competitor, the Redeemer. For those, I know there are people that love the Redeemer, and are just super hyped on that ship. I'm not receiving enough video. What is going on? I'm dropping. Not sure what is happening and why. Give me one moment. Let's see what's going on here. For some reason, my internet or things are not pushing off like they're supposed to. So, a lot of craziness today with the internet. I can see your comment, Radium. I don't know why YouTube is being rude this morning. But anyway, it should be getting enough data. But, okay, so, hello.
Hello.
Somebody came in. What's up, Dyer?
And anytime, sir.
All right. Uh, what's up, Dar?
What's up, Shadow? Hey, Tom.
Howdy, how's it going, man?
Good, good.
All right. So, Dyer, I know you
Hmm?
are a large fan of the Redeemer.
I am. I like the Redeemer.
Okay. You know the Paladin's dropping, right? You know it's coming.
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh.
With you being a heavy fan of the Redeemer, the competitor of that ship is the Paladin. What do you think? How do you feel about the differences and things of that nature? What do you think?
Uh, well, the Paladin, to myself, is a looks like a great ship. Um, more of a style like a Halo drop ship. I like it. But it's meant for like a mini gunboat. Understandable. Um, compared to both of them, I think I'm not sure. Well, I guess when it comes in game, I think the Redeemer will still outmaneuver it because it's more of a slender, smaller ship, and it's a mini gunboat on that. But I think this Paladin's gonna be a good you know medium size gunboat or medium sized ships like a attack or good support ship for maybe taking on hammerhead and
Mm-hmm.
you know semi support for fighters around Idris, for small fighters and mid-size ships. It's a good support ship. The Redeemers, unfortunately, it's gonna have its day where it's not gonna be used as a gunship. It's probably just gonna be used as a good little fast ship, getting around the verse, decent quantum, has some decent armaments, for just traveling, and that's it. But Paladin's gonna be a good support ship for the Polaris, or it's even some a good support ship for the Idris.
Okay. Hey, Miss
And plus, it's
Peaches.
gonna
Hey,
have
Super. Um,
It's gonna have armor whenever armor comes in play, and it does have armor on it, more better than the Redeemer.
okay. Now, last year, when it got nerfed, and I know you were upset. You were upset about it.
Yeah,
Because you came to me and you said, they nerfed my Redeemer.
yeah.
Uh, I have the ship. I have the ship as a loaner. Now, as I was telling Tone earlier before I started this, I actually had the Redeemer and used it in my first year. It was being upgraded to the uh, the C2.
Uh,
And I just found it to be, at that time, I did a few solo things with it and stuff like that. I eventually got away from the ship and I went out on it with some crew, and it was really, really effective with a crew in certain situations. That's what I found. To when other ships came out over time and things like that, because I had bought it in game, and then of course, we got the wipe and stuff, and I lost it. I never purchased it again. But other ships came out. Like, I really love the, God, I can't remember the TAC. The TAC is a great ground support ship. I mean, you can use it in space, but to me, the TAC is more of a ground support ship to take out whatever you need to be able to drop your troops in and cover them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the Redeemer, I didn't see it like that. I saw that more as a ship for space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't see it as a ground support vehicle. And Tone, Tone, what do you think about it, Tone? What do you think about the Redeemer? I know you don't have one or anything like that,
I have
but
flown it. I have bought one in game. Um, I think it's a nice multi-role ship that really doesn't know its true place.
okay,
And the reason why I put it that way is it's armed to the teeth. It's well designed for what it is.
mm-hmm.
I know there's a fan base for it that's well deserved. I personally did not understand the ship well enough to make good use of it. It does, in my opinion, does not make a good single player ship.
Okay.
The maneuverability isn't there to do single player activities, but that's just me.
Hey, B5 guy.
What people with more experience with that ship than I have, what is your favorite armament on that ship? What guns do you like to put on it? Stuff like that.
Well, Dyer, what do you put on the Redeemer?
For now, because they went to size 4 guns on the main turrets instead of the size 5s. I put the attritions, or if anything, I'll put some uh repeaters. Not the rhinos. Yeah, is it rhinos size 4s?
All right, I have a question. Is it me or do the attritions feel like they've been nerfed?
Hmm.
Because I have attritions on a Corsair and on a Saber, and it takes me 3 times longer to take out an enemy with attritions than it does rhinos. It I
Uh, it's hard for her. It's hard for me to say that. I'm not sure.
okay.
But yeah, usually it's the repeaters and attritions on the on the Redeemer. The Paladin, I think I'm just gonna leave it stocked because those size 5s and quads, yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah,
nice.
right.
Oh yeah, I hear you on that.
And
Uh,
plus the dual size 4s on the wings. Okay, this ship is going to be a powerhouse, right? And it's got blast shields for the cockpit. Uh,
oh wow.
And a
So
nice little set of missiles too.
wow. So how long do you reckon it's going to be before the wah crowd starts ganging up on CIG to nerf it?
not gonna touch it.
I know that, but I'm just putting it out there. I know you're not going to comment on it.
um, this ship has, I mean, you got a pilot, co-pilot, crew habitation, lower deck, okay, gunners, suit lockers, stairs to upper deck.
Snacks.
But the biggest,
I'll be right back. Sorry, yeah.
the biggest thing about this ship is the weaponry. Okay, I have it. I'm waiting for it, so we'll see how it goes and take it from there. But I mean,
Is the ship a. Do you take it to the center of a battle and just defend the area with it? Or is it a take it down, fully maneuverable, less dominate the fighting environment.
Well, it's not a drop ship.
Well, I'm not talking about on land. I'm talking about in space.
That I
That's speculation. I
that's
know.
speculation, and I won't know until I get the ship and get it in space and find out.
Because it seems to me like the Redeemer is a park it in one spot, let the turrets do their job, and then move it. It doesn't come across as a
Well, the Redeemer is a drop ship.
yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, in its own way, it's a drop ship because of the fact that it can carry troops. You know, it's kind of it's the seats for the Redeemer are on the upper deck, and you know, once it's fully crewed and you've got passengers, you can, you know, troops to drop them off. You know, Redeemer to me seems more tailored to control the airspace. Paladin to assist airspace, but also has the ground support with attack. Agreed. Agreed, Wastelander. That's how I see it. Um,
I like that. That's well put.
because to me, the attack is not a ship that you would have in space. It's really not there to me. It's more of a ground support ship, and that's how I feel about it. Uh, the Redeemer to me is more of a space type vehicle. You can drop off whoever you need and then get back up there and protect the airspace. Uh, that's just my thought.
What do you? What would be a good support craft for that role to help that ship do its thing? Would you want light fighters, medium fighters, Corvette parked in orbit doing bombardment? What would be a support role to help that ship do its job?
Uh, Radium says, I was disappointed with the Redeemer performance, yes. But
Yeah.
it does still have the one thing that can make it stand out. The ship is supposed to be modular. Really? That I
Well,
did not know.
I had no idea myself.
I did not know that. Interesting. For those that dropped in, hey, Super Amos Peaches, I'm sorry. I was looking at what was going on. Disappointed with the Redeemer performance post nerf. Yeah, a lot of people are not happy with the Redeemer the way it was nerfed. Like I said, when I got the ship originally, I was doing more cargo and stuff like that, and I wasn't really into, you know, a lot of combat and things of that nature at that time. So I couldn't really give the ship justice, you know, at the time that I originally had it while I was CCUing to the C2. So I haven't flown it since I got it as a loaner because I'm waiting for the Paladin. That's why I have it. But I haven't pulled it. I've used attack and the Asgard and other ships, you know, because I still want a Valkyrie as a drop ship for troops. I think I like the Valkyrie much better. Yeah, he's right. The Demi was supposed to be modular. I did not know that. But I mean, you guys are coming up with stuff. And I didn't know this. I didn't know about the modularity, but I'm glad you said something about that. Um, any other thoughts about the Paladin and how you feel the ship is going to have a role in SC at this point? Um, going down to, I could see the ship having a lot of use going down to Hathor. Hey, Scott. Scott, yesterday I was finally able to get in SC and do some stuff, and it just took a minute. There was a lot of lag yesterday in the game, and I hope it just needs at least a small cargo grid. The Paladin? Okay. Well, I have the schematics up of it and go into the PDF. Okay. So, its general role is a gunship. Crew of 4. Okay, stations 3 remote gunners. And that. 1 size 3 shield generator, 2 size 2 coolers, 1 size 2 battery, all that, and that. Power plant, 2 size 2s, 1 size 2 quantum drive, 1 size 2 fuel, quantum fuel, jump drive, size 2, thrusters, 6 size 4 missile racks. Hello.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah, no
Howdy.
worries. Yeah, sorry. There's a lag of a few minutes for YouTube chat. Oh, no worries. YouTube is 8 seconds behind. There's really nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. But right now, Dyer, I got the schematics or the PDF up for the Paladin.
Oh, okay.
I should have brought up the Redeemer as well, but I didn't think about it. Continue your thoughts. Go ahead, Tom.
With that number of missile racks, it seems to me like that is more in line with the Freelancer DUR or MISS. And because you stand outside of the main battle and just pick off targets.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the main deciding factor for me between that ship and the Redeemer is going to be maneuverability. If I can stay on target, keep my nose on target with one or the other, I'm going to pick the one that's got better maneuverability.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's just
the black paint on the Paladin. That Shadowfall paint is going to be awesome when it drops. Not gonna lie. Dyer, your thoughts solely on the Paladin.
On the Paladin itself, great little weapons platform. I mean, again, I think it's going to be a good support ship when it comes to capital or mid-sized capital ships. Great partner, especially when the Perseus drops. That's going to be a great little partner to take out fighters. Great little partner for Polaris as well. I mean, it's a good sized platform where it'll give you some, fighter support on taking them down, especially those little freaking darts of freaking
The arrow.
the wolves.
The wolves are
Yeah,
pretty mean.
yeah. I mean, those are great ships. Literally, those are like little freaking. I call them little darts because they're just flinging everywhere, and to get a weapons lock and then to get them on radar, I mean,
It
it's gonna be a tough
takes
look.
a minute. They're fast.
Yeah, So I mean, but the Paladins has great armaments. Like Tone says, it has great missile racks on it, and you know, it's gonna be a nice little support ship. That's what it's meant for, and especially with the armament or the when the armor comes in play, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna take quite a bit of a pounding as well. I mean, but yeah, I and it has, on the schematics, is this size one, size three, shield generators, or those they have two of them?
One size three.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna have good shield. You know, I'm hoping that on maneuverability. I don't think it's gonna be that maneuverable, especially the armor and the size of the guns on it on that thing. I mean, it's good. It's a good support ship. I don't think it's gonna be as maneuverable as as the Redeemer because it's more sleek, but it's gonna be a great little ship for missions with supporting or helping out a capital ship or 890 jump situation. But going into solo with it and against fighters, it's gonna be the same predicament as the Redeemer. I mean, it's not gonna be as maneuverable as a medium or light fighter, but it's going to be a good support ship. That's all it's going to be, really.
Yeah. Um, Hold on one second. From the chat, uh, Radium says the Javelin hangar was purpose designed to house the Redeemer to serve as a gunship to support Marine ground operations. Scott says the Redeemer is my least favorite ship in the whole game. And Radium says again, with the Javelin being monitor, allowing it to customize itself for specific roles and missions, having it paired with a modular gunship makes a whole lot of sense in my opinion. And Wastelander says so many ships in SC have their own roles, but to blend into other roles to support other ships shall be interesting for sure. Yes, I agree. Totally. Wholeheartedly. Um, I can't wait to get the ship, try it out. I'm gonna take it down to like certain areas and see how it supports, and I'm gonna fly it as a support ship next to the Polaris and see how it handles and what it's going to be like. When you do those, remember when we were doing those heavy, the red patrol missions,
Yes.
Tone? That is going to be a good test for the Paladin,
Yes, it will.
and check it out. Um, I think that's going to be the best test in there because you you can come up against the hammerhead in those things, in those missions, and we'll see how that goes. I do want to progress more in those. Um, Anybody else got any more? I just fly as guardian for salvage mining in a paladin. I mean, that's what the paladins is going to be, a support vessel. It is not going to be a main attack vessel. It's a support vessel. And especially when people are like doing salvage and mining on the ground or in space or whatever, it's a support vessel. It's supposed to protect the other assets. That's my thought about it. You know, since I'm more of an industrialist than uh, doing combat, when I'm out there mining, I would like to be supported and protected. I think we all feel that way. Uh, those of us that are miners and cargo pilots and things like that. Yeah,
Well, I have a question.
shoot.
This is slightly off topic, but it's in the same instance it's not. A support craft that's modular would also be the reclaimer, because it's supposed to have drones, right?
Yes.
Are those repair drones, or are those, if they're repair drones, at that point you have
Mm-hmm.
a support craft that not only gets wreckage off the battlefield, it also helps heal hull damage in the immediate area ships, plus its gravity zone would pull everything towards it.
The reclaimer. I do believe it has drones.
Well, there's a drone bay in the middle of it, but it's not been active
Mm,
ever.
right. Well, drones are not in the game.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's slightly off topic, but in the same instance.
Well, also too, you got to remember the reclaimer has PDCs and they are active.
Yeah.
And the Ironclad is coming out eventually, don't know when, but it doesn't have any PDCs. Neither does the Assault. And they were not advertised with that ship, and that's why they're not on there. Okay? The Redeemer, or the Reclaimer, was advertised and concepted with PDCs, and now that they've been activated, they're there. But I don't. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
What I'm getting at is you park a reclaimer in the middle of the battlefield, everything orbits around it, basically. And you have it becomes a focal point of firepower because it has the shielding, the PDCs, and the ability to heal craft while in battle. That would be an unusual support craft for this type of environment.
Yeah, but that ship takes a long time to get into space.
Oh, I know.
And
trust me, I'm more than aware.
I mean, it's a great point. It has drones. Those are salvage drones only, right? I might be mistaken. I don't know. I have to look up the
There's
reclaimer.
Gray area on information there.
That I don't know. I mean, personally, that ship is a tank. It takes a lot to take out a reclaimer, and I wouldn't put it in the middle of a battlefield. I would take it after the fact because it's so slow, but it still needs protection.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. It draws focus so everybody else isn't being shot at. Basically, it's a it basically turns into the I forget what they call that piece of metal they put on a ship.
Well, basically, it would be the main target.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
It's a blade of armor.
It's
Do what, sir?
A blade of armor.
No, it's a little piece of copper or brass they put on the outside of the ship so that it takes the corrosion off of the metal of the ship itself. It acts like an oxidizer.
Miss Peaches, you've never been on the reclaimer?
Oh Lord, we need to take her for a trip.
We're gonna have to take you on a trip in the reclaimer.
We need to get Beth and 001 also.
Beth has been on one. I took her out on one. And she wanted to borrow it because she wants to go out there and get some salvage. But I was away. I had to go check on my mom and stuff. So we'll do that. Anybody got any other thoughts or comments about the Paladin before I move on to the next thing?
It's gonna be I can't wait to have it and to outcrew it just to max and it's going to be a great little ship.
It's going to be interesting to fly that ship. I'm not going to lie. But like I said, the main thing I want to test with that ship is take it into a patrol mission, a red, high risk, and have a Polaris alongside and see how that ship handles as a support vehicle to the Polaris. If anybody else has any thoughts, questions, or comments on that, please feel free to hit me up in Discord and we can talk about it. Next on the agenda, the roadmap roundup. So, we already got our changes for 4.31. They've already committed; those have been released. Everything has been released in 4.31, and the missile damage radius update. Is the Paladin better than the CB? Oh yes. If you watched Aliens, you've been on the Reclaimer. Can you put cargo on the Paladin, or does it have to be on the cargo grid? There was no cargo grid on the Paladin, so you probably can put something on it, but it's going to bounce around and cause damage. Is the Paladin better than the CB? Oh yes, and Miss Peaches, now that you brought that up, since you brought that up with the CB, you're gonna get it. I'm sorry. I like I say, I don't see any type of cargo grid or anything like that. Okay, so the roadmap roundup came out, and we hit 431. Okay, the missile damage radius update and the armor ballistic damage update. I didn't see any major notable changes, or maybe I wasn't looking for it. Uh, I guess as long as there's is a decent storage, it'll be fine. Yeah, we don't know what type of storage it has until we get the ship. Um, Anybody else think about the roadmap roundup? What did you think about what is coming in 4.32? Now, this patch to me is going to be the Citizen Con patch with a new event. We're going back to Pyro for the storyline. It's the fight for Pyro. The Clouds and Warner laser repeater art refactor, and then we have new Wicklow ships. We have a new set of battle armor, heavy battle tech armor, and then new hairstyles, AI FPS turrets, and a mission pickup on location, which I am interested in because I've always wondered about that. When we go down to a place, and you should be able to pick up missions along there to keep you engaged in that area, which is kind of cool. So we'll see how that works out.
Predict on the heavy armor.
Oh, what about the heavy armor? Go ahead.
All right. I have the Corbel armor.
Mm-hmm.
This new stuff in game. I picked up a full set yesterday and basically ran the mission several times in that armor, and it actually comes out as being too heavy to maneuver. I couldn't keep up with the rest of the players, couldn't jump.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great bullet sponge, but it's not great for getting from A to B because it's simply too heavy. And if you put ammo on and guns, it gets even heavier, slowing you down even more.
Oh.
And that's just my experiences with really super heavy armor.
Well,
Any thoughts from the general public?
well, I'm going to say this, and last night we were able to complete the Hyperion mission all the way through all the parts and get to the end, and it was really cool. I'm
Great.
gonna say that the end of that mission was amazing. It was really really good. Um, as far as the armor goes, now I normally wear a medium, and I was carrying the Fennel last night, and I had so much ammo on me that it was ridiculous. But that stuff weighs you down. I was, I mean, I can run pretty fast because I usually uh, run with a P4 and a P8 SMG. But carrying the Fennel, that's a heavy weapon, and then the ammo makes it even heavier. Now, Tone, you were running the Fennel too.
I had that, several in the backpack, and about 20. I had enough ammo for several people that I gave out on the regular basis to people that needed it.
Right. Wasn't there some information on base building? Yes, in the progress tracker. With, but it's the progress tracker. It's not in the 4.32 uh, uh, tentative cards. Crafting, engineering, FPS scanning, inventory rework, transport, refractor, and the command module. That's in the progress tracker. That's not in any of the cards. Yeah, that armor with all the battery packs for the Fennel had me walking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's some areas on the research side, on the engineering side, where you have to make jumps.
though you were falling like a rock.
Oh God, lead. It was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, I don't know what to say about that armor. I love the way it looks. I can't stand the way it functions.
Dar? Is Dar?
I like the Fennel weapon. I've done pretty much. I didn't do the mission. I just went in there, got the armor, what I needed. But what I've noticed so far was experimenting on, you know, pretty much with the Fennel. What I saw is like, it's a great sweeping uh, LMG where if anybody has a good group of NPCs in one group, he'll mow them down like crazy.
Yes.
Distance wise, not that good. I would say it's a good close quarter mowing down NPCs. That's all it is good for. Uh, if you have the Fennel, one mag in your holster in your arm core, and then maybe one or two in your backpack. It's a big difference that you don't have so many battery packs on your waist. If you just have one or two, it's fine. Use it as a support, and then you use your regular machine gun. The P8 is a great little machine gun for doing missions, especially the ASD sites. It's great, and the Fennel is a good sweeping, taking all the NPCs out when they get out of the elevator. Just mow them down. That's it. So it's a great gun for sweeping and have one mag with you as a to reload. but you have 159 rounds, I think, or 150 rounds.
It's
Yeah, it's a high
165.
count magazine. Yeah.
165.
165. I mean,
It's a great support weapon.
yeah, and to me, that's all it's good for is just you have your main people like you, medium armor, your P9, your fast movers, and the other ones, the Fennel is good support. Whoever has that gun, just my recommendation is have one mag in the gun, one mag on your body, and then maybe one or two more in your backpack. But don't
Okay.
use the Fennel as your primary weapon because you're like Tone said, you are gonna walk, and when it comes to jumping locations, you're gonna fall like a rock.
Uh, Radium says, I was running that armor last night. I was fast, but I didn't carry an LMG. You were carrying a sniper, Radium, and that's a
Uh,
big difference.
yeah, that you were getting ammo from me for a yeah. You were yeah.
But as for the armor itself, I mean, I love the armor. The new utility armor it's a great little looking armor. Reminds me of like a BattleTech style, with the gears on it. It looks pretty. It looks pretty neat, and especially that the red and black one, of course, is my favorite. But the other one that's a sort of a eye catcher is that blue and yellow one. That's a nice one.
Hmm. Uh, Miss Miss Peaches said I did the mission the other day with some guys. I kept falling when I was jumping into engineering. I had my regular suit on. They knocked me out and tractor beat me over. That wasn't that the night that we took Miss Peaches down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah.
yeah. Heart attack armor. it that armor's heavy. Not gonna lie. Um,
Yeah, just running in that stuff, your heart rate jumps.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Shadow,
yeah,
what's your thoughts on that BattleTech armor? That one looks more militarized armor right there.
that one when it drops, I would use that for frontline. You know, with a heavy support weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, but the front line's got to be able to get in front of everybody else,
Exactly.
and you
So
can't.
so you've got to definitely have them and have them up front with their heavy weapons, and then the other team follow up, clear out the area with the heavy support, and then move in with the medium. That's just my thought. Uh,
Yeah.
what you call Wastelander? Scott says heart attack armor. Wastelander says, haha, ran one floor and my character is 80% dehydrated.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's not
Okay.
wrong.
Not wrong about that. Yeah. It's thirsty stuff. Um, okay, so should come with a camel pack. Playing today, I will probably go in a little bit later, but I got to get into Dune. I got to maintain my bases and stuff like that, and then I will be on SC, and I will go back down to the ASD because I'm trying to get some armor for one of my subscribers. He gave me his ASD black, and I took it to Wicklow and traded it up for the white.
No.
And Dyer, I had to use the local inventory, like you were telling me, and then bring it up on the elevator and then drop it back down, and I was able to complete it.
Oh, good.
So that was the only way. I said, I'm going to try this. And it actually worked. And thank you for telling me about that. Uh, it that white armor is cool. I'm going to say that.
Now, is it light or medium armor?
It's light. It's a sniper armor. So definitely something that you want to wear at a distance.
Hey Shadow, you have to look for another set of black sniper
The
armor.
ASD, yeah, I gotta get that because I want to pay him back for giving me that and see if I can get a few more sets so
Well,
people can
and
have.
I know it's a big lottery when it comes to the backpack, but I do have a spare backpack of the ASD backpack.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Wow. The That's 1 in 24. How many times somebody said they went down at least 15, 16 times to get that armor?
You're saying you got a full
Yeah.
set?
I got a full set of the black and white, and I have one extra black backpack.
Wow.
Mm,
Yeah, I did grinding.
yeah, I know.
Apparently.
Um, Anybody got anything else about the roadmap and armor and stuff like that before I move on to the next thing, which is SitCon?
Shadow, I did on that new tech armor, battle tech armor. If you remember from last year, they did state that that battle tech or that heavy armor military is not going to be having any jets on it. So when it comes to space travel, it's pretty much not going. Well, if they keep to their word, it's not going to have any maneuverable jets on that suit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. Both sets and extra backpack. That's what Wastelander says. And Scott says, we got stuck at the anti-gravity room and didn't know what to do. What mission were you doing, Scott? If you were doing the data retrieval, there is a blade inside that room, and you have to take it inside that anti-gravity room, take it back and place it in the servers to complete that mission. Or were you down at the power core? During the Hyperion mission, the power core is a trip. You have to, wasn't it? We had to make sure all 6 levers were down before we could get the data.
Yep.
That one's a trip, and
Fun time.
it was good though, because I mean, you have to make sure that you take out the NPCs and the radiation suits. I don't know. We were at oh yeah, you were at the power core. Yeah. Uh, it depends on what part of the investigation you were doing, Scott. Uh, there's 2 different um, scenarios in the power core, but uh, anybody got anything else before I move on to SitCon? What we could be talking about and the digital goodies pack and stuff like that. Anybody got anything else?
No.
Okay. Heading to the SitCon tab. Okay. October 11th. They really need to change it so you don't have to leave every section. Oh, yeah. You have to leave after the mission and then you have to go to another spot. It would be really cool if you could do all of the missions in one area. That would be cool. But CitizenCon Direct, October 11th. 13 days. So the CitizenCon Direct Digital Goodies Pack is out, and it's $35 War Bond. It is limited. The biggest thing about this is because the flight suit that is pictured has the Paladin kind of logo or colors on it. So everybody's been saying this could be where the Paladin drops during SitCon. I think it will. That's just my thought. I have no idea if it's going to drop that day, but the digital goodies pack has a lot in it. It has this particular flight suit in it, and then it has 3 extra armors in it, 3 extra weapons, and some furniture for your hangar. So we don't know what, it's still redacted. We don't know what is gonna, it's criminal to charge, I bought that crap, but it's criminal to charge $35 without showing us exactly what is in it. Well, you know how CID is. They want to keep
He's not wrong.
certain things on the hush hush until we get it. And with 4.32, that stuff will probably be revealed. We'll see. But last year we had 12 items. This year we have 13. So, what do you guys think is going to come up at CitizenCon? We know that there's not going to be any Squadron 42 information. We know that already. What do you think is going to drop? Or what do you think is going to be talked about? Especially, are we going to see anything or hear anything about base building? Are we going to hear about Nix? Are we going to... What do you think? Any thoughts? Squadron 42 release date? I don't know. They're still saying 2026. That's all we know. Tone, your thought?
I don't really have any thoughts on that. Thank you, though.
Dyer?
For for CitizenCon this year, I think they are gonna maybe touch base on, basic base building, like, the one that they sort of, sort of hinted or sort of like teased on, that little bungalow style, crate style home.
Last year?
That they did. Yeah. I
Okay.
think they're before they roll out the full base building, I think they probably will sort of, maybe, I'm not saying for sure, but for this coming 2026, I think they're going to come out with something of like a house build, like, get their feet wet on the whole, like, okay, well, we'll give them like a taste of base building, but just for housing, and just have like a bungalow style house where, they could put up, a location that they want to build on, and then, I think they're gonna test it and see how it goes, and pretty much, like, okay, we have some issues here and there, when it comes to land claiming in this little area and overlapping. I mean, I think they're gonna touch base on, building, and I think they are gonna definitely tease out that new battle cruiser. Definitely, they're gonna show like maybe a video or a continuation from the Squadron 42 on that, maybe that little video, maybe like maybe further in the future style, but base building a little bit, the new battle cruiser, I think definitely. And then probably some information on progress on the Atlas suits and the more of a militarized Atlas suits. That tech wear or that wearable clothes thing. I think they're gonna maybe
Starware.
do a little bit more. Yeah, probably a little more update. Like, okay, this is where we're at. This is when we're gonna roll out. And then I wouldn't doubt that they're gonna come out with some the what they sort of hinted on the last live little citizen Star Citizen thing that they did, that the Wolf, the Polaris, the
Mm-hmm.
fixed weapons. I think they're gonna come out with different packages or different sets for them. Maybe possible like a beam weapon option for the Perseus and for their fixed size 8s, maybe, or different styles for their fixed guns for the Polaris. Maybe a laser option or a cannon option, or some other options for the set guns, especially like the Wolf. If you don't want ballistics, then you will give you an option for repeaters. But I think
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna probably come out or tease like, okay, this coming year, we're gonna have this options for those fixed weapons, and it's gonna be different packages and stuff like that. But
Okay.
that's my thoughts.
Okay. Wastelander says the new FanDuel ship rumor is, yeah, that one little weird ship that we saw last year in the silhouettes. Uh,
The Stinger.
yeah. And then for some reason, peeps are speculating we will get a new ship manufacturer that lets us kit bash ships. Okay. Uh, Radium says you can usually wait to buy the goodies pack until a few days after SitCon. You don't need to buy it now without knowing. True. Miss Peaches says we are going to hear about the next system and more ships to be released. Okay. Um, I would like to be totally honest. I would like to hear about Nix because hopefully we are going to go to dynamic server meshing. Uh, that's going to be huge. And maybe we'll hear more about that with the expansion and stuff like that. That's my thought. Uh, Engineering, base building, and more about ships that, like the Polaris. You land a ship in the Polaris, you should supposedly, now I don't know if this is going to happen this soon, but we should be able to rearm, refuel, and repair ships in the Idris and the Polaris. That's supposed to be coming. I don't know when that is going to happen, but that's supposed to be something that is down the pipe. Miss Peaches agreed. I want more info on Nix. Maybe Terra update as well. Don't get me started on that. Terra, uh, I can't wait. Um, any other thoughts about SitCon? It's getting closer, and with 4.32 going to drop eventually, we don't know when. Probably like a couple days uh, before the actual event, and supposedly this week 4.32 is going into Evo. So once that comes up, and we'll see what goes on with that. But Benoit said last week or the week before that we should be going to Vulkan as the primary API. So if that happens, that's gonna be very hard on some systems that cannot run Vulkan. That's
Do
gonna
you
be
have you
interesting.
tried have you tried Vulkan Shadow yourself?
Yeah, I was running it on my other system. I was running it constantly, and it works. But right now, I'm on the backup, and I can't. I tried Vulkan, and it bogged the system down so much that I just said no. I can't run it. I'm running DX right now on the
Well, they
system.
may have to optimize a few things to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not disappointed in saying that either.
No, they're gonna have to optimize. It's supposed to. Vulkan is supposed to be more optimized when it comes out. So I did a tech preview on it when I had the Beast, and I didn't do all the bells and whistles that I normally have. You know, like reshade and all that type of stuff. Uh, there are a lot of options in there. They had 7.1 surround sound in there where that can be utilized. They had a lot of different features in the tech preview that was running Vulkan as the API. It was amazing. The frames were awesome. The frame rate was really good. Uh, the little test that I did, and it was great. Not gonna lie. Uh, Next, storylines. Where are we going? What? How did you guys like the story for uh, the resource drive? What do you think about it? Do you think it was beneficial? Do you think it gave more content and purpose to play the game? Me myself, I went to Pyro in the PTU and went to the ASD facility on Pyro 4, and it was cool going through there. But then later on, it was really hard to get even in the building because the AI was constantly coming. I couldn't get in the building. And then I went to Stormbreaker, and I went into PTU. I didn't get very far on the first go around. I got wiped out because it was, some guy came down and killed me because his friend got killed or something like that, and he was just shooting everybody. Uh, but I went back a couple days later, and I was able to go against the worm, and but I didn't actually get to run the story. You could never have too much story. I agree. I love the storylines, but it to me right now, Star Citizen needs more of the story, more lore in it to engage quite a few people, and because you can sandbox only so much for so much time. That's how I feel about it. Uh, Dyer, Tone, your thoughts?
Um, you can incorporate the story a couple of ways. You can make it part of finding the items you're looking for, or you can have it running on auto track in the background. Some guy narrating what's going on in the area, why it's there, and stuff like that, which they did attempt to do in the testing areas on Dune.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you got a couple of schools of thought there. One being, if you really don't care about the storyline, you can avoid it. But if you do care about the storyline, you can dive into it for better rewards.
Well, I've played Dune. I love the storyline. The storyline is really cool to me. In Star Citizen, Scott says, yeah, you can never have too much story, and yeah, and dynamic missions. I agree. Uh, with the resource drive, it does give you more incentive to play the game. Now, last year we were doing overdrive, right? And overdrive gave us more of a reason to play. Unfortunately, it had its issues, like a lot of things in SC, but you got a reward. But you had to get a ship first before you got the upgrade. And once you completed it, you got a free upgrade on your ship. Xenothreat, you played that. They came to through the jump gate on Pyro Gateway, which was really cool. And once you completed that, you got rewards after that. If they can make the story permanent, I would love that. This is Wastelander. When they make them events and take them out with the following patch, is what I don't like. Even if you don't give the rewards, keep the story in. Agreed. With the resource drive, and as we all know, Hurston won. You got armor, and during that time you were playing, you got tiers of skins and armor and weapons and things of that nature. Now that that's gone, right? I think that story should stay, that part of it, because you can always do it. You get the rewards, you get money for it. You don't have to get a reward afterwards. But they're going to keep needing these resources. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey,
Morning,
Everett.
Sorry I'm late.
You're fine, Everett. No worries. I think they should have kept the resource drive going, but don't have to worry about the rewards. They're going to keep needing these resources to keep going. Hello.
Good morning, all.
Hey, what's
Morning,
up,
man.
Lone?
Hey. Not much. Not much.
I think that the resource drive should stay, because you're gonna need the resources to keep the regen crisis from happening, and that's something that should have stayed in SC. The ASD storyline in the facilities right now, I was very, very happy with it. There's some things where they didn't work. Radium told me about one thing that was missing, and Tone told me about something that I didn't experience. But all in all, the investigative missions to the ASD were so cool. As long as they work, the mechanics that go along in with the story, they are amazing. And this one we completed last night. It was my first run through it, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And Tone was even saying it was really good. He enjoyed it.
Yes, it was good.
I just Everett, we completed it last night, just so you know, because I know you got off and went to get
Yeah,
some
I was watching as much as I could, but I couldn't watch it any further. So, congrats! I'm glad you guys finished it.
Yeah, it was a slog, man.
It was amazing, but it takes a lot of time. And for those that did that mission solo and Radium, I commend you. That mission, doing all those different parts of it by yourself, dude, you rock. Plain and simple. Uh, it was insane, but it was a great mission. Uh, Enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm gonna do it again, uh, because there's more parts to it. Hello,
Okay.
Howdy.
hey Beth.
Morning, Beth.
Hey, Beth.
Morning, Paul.
Evening. Just saying.
No, I did not run. I didn't do it live. I did it offline, uh, with the crew, and we just went down, and I was determined to do this mission. I was determined because I wanted to see how it worked. I wanted to see it without looking at any other videos or anything like that. I wanted to experience it, and it was a lot of fun. Um, Enjoyed it a lot, and it was more of a dynamic type of thing. Uh, to me, to do it that way. Who left? Beth?
No,
No,
still here.
she's still here.
Oh,
No.
I think.
Oh, it's Lone Wolf that came in. I'm sorry. I
uh,
thought it was Paul.
I think
Dyer,
Dyer.
yeah,
Dyer dropped.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Dyer dropped.
So, Tone, give me your thoughts. I mean, it was an amazing mission as far as I'm concerned.
That would not be a good first run mission.
Oh no.
There's too much things you got to know that the game really doesn't point out. But with the guide, and thank you for those that participated. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps you engaged. It keeps you looking for things that you would normally ignore.
Mm-hmm. You have to
And
be very observant there.
yeah, so yeah, it was a good time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and working together with the crew to get it done was really, really good. It was great. How many people did we have? Like,
We had 5 at one point.
and then it ended up with just three of us at the end.
Yeah, because I couldn't get back to you.
Mm-hmm. Radium, Red, and myself were able to get through the whole thing, and it was good, Everett. I mean, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I had a great time doing it, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't.
Yeah,
Pick
I
up,
was watching.
I
was
didn't.
watching.
I didn't pick up a whole lot of loot because I didn't have the equipment for it. I was just trying to go through the story, but I'm gonna go back down there uh, and put on another type of armor so I can get some of the armor sets and stuff like that. But the ending of that mission was amazing. It was totally awesome. I'm gonna get some more coffee. I'll be right back. Go ahead. Okay, so appreciate the tone.
Not a problem.
Okay, Beth. Now we took you down to it, and what did you think about just being able to go down there and check out stuff. It was I know you went down there before, but there's a whole lot more to it. And
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. It was brilliant. Loads to say. That alien was gnarly, but yeah, it was really good.
yeah, it was pretty gnarly. You got to the end, but you didn't actually perform the mission, and it's intensive. It's intensive as we go along. As you go along, it was just outright amazing. Not gonna lie. I plan on doing it again. Probably later today, because I'm going to go down there and get some stuff. I got to go to the research area, and then I got to go down to Site B. So I will be in doing that.
And I, of course, will be playing your favorite loot goblin.
So I can't say enough about how excited I was to play it. It was a lot of fun. There's so much more down there that we didn't see. Especially if you go to the research area and you're looking for the armor sets and stuff like that. There's a lot down there.
If you're looking for a shortcut from the entrance of research to the B wing, I figured a good one out. It takes jumping to do it, but it works.
Yep. It's a little dangerous because you could become incapacitated, but it's a quick way to get down there. Anybody got any thoughts, questions about storylines? How could they make them a lot better, and how they should keep certain things going instead of taking them out and shutting them off? I mean, there was one event that we had earlier in the year, the supply or die. The data tree part, that was insane. It was crazy. But the other missions that were going from Pyro to Stanton and stuff like that, or trying to get the resources to complete the mission, they were paying out pretty good.
I have a question.
Shoot.
You're talking about introducing storylines and then removing them.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, this game is all about testing new parts of the game until 1.0 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I believe, and this is purely speculation, that these storylines will all be there.
Good point.
But if they're not, at that point, the conversation is completely valid. And why are you removing the resource drive backstory?
Mm-hmm.
Because have been things brought into the game, made to work, and then removed for later use. Or am I wrong?
Well, there was a mission couple years back, the blockade mission. Remember that?
Yep.
Where you would, you would get medical supplies if you were a cargo pilot, and you'd fly through the blockade to get them to the station. They pulled it and they redid it. And I like the old mission compared to the new one. And it hasn't been back since for a while. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. When are you guys going? Sorry, Scott saying, when are you guys going back down to the facility? I'd like to join. I'm going to do a couple things in Dune, and then I'm going in about 3 hours. I gotta do a couple things in Dune, and then I'll be back in SC. I'll be in the offline room, so you can join in on that. Because I know Tone, he wants to go back down there. We're gonna take Beth down there. Everett, if you can go, you definitely want to go down there. Lone, if you are inclined. It is intensive and it is fun.
Yep, no, I'll try and join you. I got my SC installed last night, so.
Oh, you got it back in?
Yep, got it back into working again. It took me a little bit of fiddling around, but got there in the end.
Okay.
So good to go in SC.
Okay. It's fun.
Are we supposed to be wearing our
No, you don't have to.
official armor? Okay.
No, you don't have to. I'm just going down there. I'm gonna change up because I need a bigger backpack. So.
we need those radiation suits, don't we? Or are they not really necessary?
They're not really necessary, but if you're going down and we go down to the core, there's hiding spots where
Right.
you won't take the radiation, but you will get hit. I'm just gonna say it.
Right. Yeah, it's such a pain in the butt to use.
Well, I wore the radiation suit one time and saw that it really doesn't help you.
Okay.
Because if you get hit with a blast of radiation, you're still radiated, whether you're in the suit or just in a heavy set of armor. Just keep some decon pins with you and hide when necessary, and you'll be fine.
Beth went down with us, and she was in the power core. I took her through there. What did you think about the power core, Beth? It's cool, isn't it?
All my roof flying around and got annihilated the first time.
Right.
Yeah, it was fun, but yeah, we got annihilated.
Yeah, it's the power core is so cool. But any other thoughts? Like you were saying, Tone, I would really like for them to keep certain things in the game, not have to worry about an event being on or something like that. Just keep it in the game because it's engaging. And if I get tired of doing a certain thing, I can actually go to this or I can go to this. It keeps you involved. That's the one thing about SC. I'm gonna be in Stanton, going to the ASDs. Scott. So.
Can you narrow it down even more? Are you getting Microtech ASDs, Crusader ASDs?
Well, I'll most likely be at Microtech. We can go to another spot.
They're the same.
They're
It
the
doesn't
same.
matter what location you go to.
Yeah, I'll be in.
It's the same floor plan.
Be in Microtech. Any other thoughts about storylines or anything like that? Because the last thing I want to talk about is the new testing focus. What people think about it, how can you get involved in it or something like that. It's totally random. Okay, so meeting in Microtech in about 3 hours. Yeah. The new testing focus, they still say they're going to have Evocati, but this new testing focus is invite only through email. And it's already started. They sent emails out to people that did certain things or whatever, and they just sent it out. It's about the flight model. So we don't know if they're Evo. We think they're this is me. I don't know if they're Evo. I don't know if they're just regular backers. I have no idea. And most likely, a lot of them are just regular people that play. They're not Evo or anything like that. So it's invitation only. You will not be able to put any type of information in Spectrum. It is all done through email. When they send it to you, they send you a survey. You put in your information and stuff like that, and it is done that way. I haven't received anything, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in on it. I would like to, because I really do want to put my thoughts and what I've encountered in the game. I really want to test. Always have. Been working on trying to get an Evocati, and I have not gotten anything. So they have changed it totally from what it is. And you do have to sign an NDA. So you cannot talk about it. You cannot take any video or anything like that. And there was a lot of controversy about this because some people say, well, only the streamers do this and do that. Well, if I was in Evocati and I would have to sign the NDA. I would not stream it. I would not take videos on it or anything like that because I will honor that document. That's me. You have to do that. Space Guy Ty, friend of mine, is in Evocati, and he has come into the stream while I was streaming and stuff like that, and he talked about what he encountered during the Evocati builds, and it was really cool, to hear that type of feedback. And he would talk about it during the stream, or he would come in while we were doing something else and say stuff. Hello, somebody came in.
What's up?
Hey,
Hey,
Chiggy, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Not much.
Not much. Just hanging out.
So that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens. What they're going to say about this. If I do get an invitation, I will be going in there and I will be testing stuff, and I just can't say anything about it. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think it's good that they are sending the invitations out to people to test these things?
It would depend on their selection process, in my opinion.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
Okay, this is the one thing that Salty Mike brought up in his video about this. He says, a carefully selected group of players based on player activity for targeted testing under NDA. Okay, I play the game every day, right? I do all sorts of stuff. I do a lot of different things, and I play it a lot. I'm just not gonna lie. And we'll see what happens. I hope I get involved in it. I really do. We'll see what's going on. So
have they removed the Evocati completely?
No,
or-
no.
No? They've just taken them out of that phase.
Evocati is probably going to get a 4.32 build.
Yep.
And that will be there.
Right.
I hope I get the email too, Wastelander. I really want to get in there and see some stuff and try some things out. But Evocati is not going away from what I gather. This is just something else. So something totally different. But we'll see what happens. Anybody got any thoughts about this? This is on critical game systems through highly focused short burst sessions. So it may be in for like 2 to 3 days and then they'll close it out. But you've got to get the email to be able to get in there. Because they said that's the only way you'll get access to it. And you'll be under the NDA. So, Tone, you were saying about how the process, what's your thoughts about the process?
Well, based on what you just said, they're looking for people that are quote unquote excessively good at the particular gameplay they reside in, for lack of a better word, to test certain aspects of the load. And I don't know if that's a search for bugs, a search for playability factors, how hard is it going to be to figure out, and that kind of thing. But I'm not knocking these players, but I prefer a more well-rounded playing environment than a single lane player environment. So I would think that looking for professionals in a particular field to test something would not pull out the same information that going after the well-rounded player might, because they're not going to do things instinctively that you or I might do as a matter of rule.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to convolute it. Something fierce.
No, it's fine. Because, I mean, if this is what, like I say, that they dropped this out, and it was the flight model. Okay, that's the first thing they dropped, and it, to me, it's like, okay, you're doing this one specific thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're going to drop another one. It may be for mining. It may be for cargo. I don't know. It may be for the quantum boost or some of that type of stuff. We have no idea what they're gonna drop. So
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, based on just sitting here to listening to you, do they have that amount of player data that they can pretty much go into their files and see who's been doing the most of what?
Probably.
Rest.
Because with the PTU, okay, the PTU is, they state what they're going to put in and you go test it, right?
Yeah.
When we hit wave 1, right, and it's just after an Evocati build, so there could be issues or whatever, you got to go in and try those specific things. I have done that. I've sent my stuff in on it. A lot of time I'll go into the PTU and check the FPS, check the flight combat, check the cargo, and some mining. So it all depends on what the focus is, for that. So with this, if they're testing a specific thing, they're going by who does what, I guess. I don't know all the particulars. So I'm guessing at this point because I have no idea.
So we're really dangerously getting into the realm of assumptions.
Yeah. At this point, it's all speculation because I have no idea what's going to happen. I just wish I could get in there to find out. So.
Well, if you did, you couldn't tell us.
Exactly. Exactly. I would be under the NDA.
Right.
So, any other thoughts, comments about the game in general? What you guys are feeling about it at this point, and what your thoughts are about this new patch since we've been in it for a couple weeks, and give you some ideas.
Seems to be really stable.
Compared to the other ones we had a couple within the past couple months, yes. I haven't encountered any server errors. I did see a couple where desynchronization from the server flags popped up. Like last night, Tone got one going back to Crusader, and then it cleared up.
That could have been a Saturday night, a lot of people on thing too.
Mm-hmm. But that's pretty much, I mean, the stability that I've seen so far was really good. It's just sometimes the mechanics don't work, which we all have gone through. Sometimes your cargo disappears off the elevator, or which I know Beth had a problem with. There's a lot of things. Loving this patch. Might need therapy for my XC addiction. Yeah, I hear you. I think a lot of us could get some therapy sometimes. I know I do, because sometimes I got to step away from it and do something else for a couple hours. It all depends on what's going on and how the servers are running, how things are working, and we go from there. But you can do a lot of workarounds, but then the workarounds don't want to work, and you just say, okay, log out, step away, come back the next day, something like that. That's all I got. I am good to go. Anybody else got anything?
No, sir.
Nope. Okay.
Good to hear.
Beth, you got anything about SC that's on your mind?
No, just really enjoying it. It's been a bit buggy, a few little things that I've come across, but no, I'm still really enjoying it as a new player. I think I picked a good time to sort of delve into the world of Star Citizen. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm gonna say this. Chiggy has been playing this for a long time, and so has Tone and Everett. And when I came into it, and when you coming into it, we're in the golden years. Okay? When they started, they were only allowed to go to a hangar and look at a ship. That's all you could do.
You had a fish
hangar
tank you could interact with.
Yeah, we had. We're the hangar dwellers.
Yeah. You could buy a ship and look at it, walk around it.
And I mean, there were so many things that us as new players are taking for granted that they didn't have when they first started, and now they're in this stage of the game, and they're seeing the stuff that they were supposed to get come years later. It just took a long time for it to come, but they're in that phase now, and I mean, I don't know what else to say. I came into it when it was more playable than what they came into, you know. Just saying.
It's definitely developed over the years, because back when I stopped playing, there was basically only really hauling that you could do. starting off. That was really the main thing. And everything's evolved since that. It's just taken its damn time. And I think that's what a lot of people are getting pissed off with.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of problem there is RSI wants to own and create their own software to make the game work instead of relying on third-party sources. And creative teams along the way just straight up walking out and then having to start over and redo things
Right.
has really slowed the process down.
You know, sure it has, but you know, it's a bit frustrating for everybody else, especially when you've got people who are, you know, pledging money.
Yep.
You know,
I'm
and,
cool.
You know,
I'm cool with it as long as it's all in-house and no third-party stuff. We know it's going to be that for us, even though.
Well, all in-house is awesome to a point. That point's going to be when they have to finally go to dedicated servers, and that we then have to have a monthly rent to play the game.
Wastelander says, yeah, I started during the Hanger Module era too. Was a crazy time. And then he says, was playing WoW in 2012 when that Kickstarter came, and I was like, sign me up. I've only played WoW once, and I never went back to it. But
yeah,
I
I
mean,
think WoW is something you really have to be into to sort of understand what all the different characters are.
mm-hmm.
And then you got to work out, you know, what the abilities are, what weapons they can use, do they have any certain spells, you know. And if you're into all that, great. But if you're not, it's just a minefield.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
But I mean, like I say, I'm still new. Even though I'm coming up on 4 years, I'm still new to the game. And I'm still learning something every day that I get in. So the learning curve on Star Citizen when you first walk into it is so steep. But once you start learning more and more things as you go along, it makes it better. It's just that sometimes stuff doesn't work and you got to work your way around it. So that's how it is. I've got nothing else. I'm all good. I've covered the topics today that I wanted to cover, and I'm good to go. Anything else from anybody?
Nope.
We all good? So I'm going to close out this Snowbirds meeting room of this episode. Like I say, I will be offline and doing stuff, and then tomorrow I'll be back in, checking some stuff out or playing something in SC. So, everybody, thank you for coming in. Thanks to Dyer and Beth and Tone and Everett and Chiggy and myself. Yeah, go ahead, Everett.
And Lone Wolf.
Yeah, I said Lowell.
Yep,
Okay. All right.
I was making sure I got everybody because I forget.
I want to play the crickets when you asked has anybody got anything to say, but I couldn't find it in time.
All right. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I thought it was a good broadcast or podcast about what was going on with the game. A lot of information that we talk about, and thought it was great. So I will be in SC in a couple hours, heading down to ASD and see what I can find. So everybody, take care. Have a wonderful Sunday, and see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
See you later. Bye.
Laters.